Happy Friday! Alpha, you look all kinds of funky. What's going on, man? It's like a spotlight over there.
I do have a spotlight. A little bit of a spotlight. It's actually just my phone, though. Just my phone. It's just very bright.
I thought we got in on an interrogation or something. You're like, okay, where were you on Friday, July 2nd? It wasn't me, man. I swear, it's one-armed man.
I know nothing. I'm innocent.
Except you broke your computer already. Really? That's why we can't have nice things.
I didn't break it. It just had technical difficulties of its own. You know, sometimes technology is just like, listen, I know you want me to work today, but I have a big idea.
I'm not feeling it. I have those days. No. I've kind of had those couple weeks over the last couple weeks, and yeah, I've been spending a lot of time doing a lot of things out in the real world, which has been a lot of fun. But there has definitely been some crypto world going on, or some news and stuff in the crypto world. There we go. Words are hard today. Sorry, guys. So let's dive into it, see what's going on. But first of all, let's find out who's out there in the audience. So of course we got Wild Angel. Says Friday, Serenity Friday. Yeah, I like Fur Day. What's wrong with Fur Day? Or Friday. Friday is good. Okay, I can do Friday.
Yeah.
So let's go. I love it. How's your week been, Alpha? Anything crazy going on, or besides you breaking things, or what?
I didn't break anything. I'm just going to reiterate that it's not me.
He broke it.
Not me. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was Coco. Maybe it was Coco. Coco probably like breathed over it, and it was like, "Yeah, I'm done."
Seriously, you're gonna blame the cat? Oh my god, that is so wrong. You won't pay attention to me. I'm breaking your computer. And I was on your cable. That could be
exactly. You know,
I could totally see that.
My week's been good. I just started on a bit of a new job also, which is cool. Finally got something.
What do you got? Tell us about it, if you can.
It's a bit of a marketing thing, basically, but I'm just handling socials for the DeFi coin market making project, I guess. But they're based in Korea. But I got it through a friend of mine that actually is from that side of Asia, and was like, "Yo, we need someone to come to help us deal with Telegram and all of this other madness." I was like, "I'm your guy."
I'm there. I love it. Well, congratulations, buddy. I hope it works out good for you. And yeah, you'll have to share the information with me, and I'll have to dive into a little bit and see kind of what it's all about. Hopefully, we'll bring it to the Down Home Crypto community on it.
Yeah, I'm also spending quite a bit of time looking into it. But because I know the guy, I was just like, I mean, he's not going to come to me with something shady. I'm like, yeah, I'll do my research afterwards.
I'll do it after. It's fine. Wow. Okay, so Alpha FOMO'd into a job. Got it. Okay. I'll dig in before I bring you guys. Don't worry.
Sometimes you have to.
You ever think maybe that's the project that broke your computer? Mm-hmm. Ooh, wow. Yeah. Uh-huh. Wait a minute. There's a correlation here. I don't know. Oh, man, I love it. So present. Let's see. Let's go. I forgot to share my screen beforehand. My bad.
How's your week been going? Your week also been a little crazy?
It's been crazy, but I've been getting a lot of things done. Spent one day going out on a motorcycle ride with the family. That was great. Spent the next day working on motorcycles. Totally tore it down. Did the valves and stuff, because these are older motorcycles. They're in the 90s era, so we still have to adjust valves and measure them for shim kits. So a lot of work turning wrenches, which is fun, because I used to do that for a living, and so kind of going back to that era. But really also using this nice weather to work on construction around the house. We got to get it painted, got to work on the garage, different things like that trying to get done before it gets cold again. And it's kind of nice right now with the crypto markets being kind of quiet. There's a lot of uncertainty out there and a lot of sideways movement. So nothing to really dive into or have to be right on the Johnny on the spot. So it's been kind of nice to be able to take that time, spend it with the family, and get some stuff done.
Crypto's been very relaxed.
It has been. But it doesn't mean it's not moving. In fact, as we know, let's see, go that slide. There we go. Wow, maybe I should actually add that to stage. So the SEC and Ripple just ended their 5-year lawsuit. They both agreed to stop arguing, basically. Yeah, they canceled their appeals on both sides, said, you know what? Let's stop fighting. Let's just move forward. So I know a lot of you out there really believe in the Ripple network and the XRP. Personally, I like Ripple. I like what they're doing, and I think they have a lot of great connections. So I've got a nice chunk of my portfolio sitting over there in XRP. I know a lot of you do as well. In fact, Hope Giver, I know I got her into it at about 53 cents a coin. So made some nice returns on it. Hopefully we're going to keep going up, but who knows? You know, it's great to see stuff like this is getting finally pushed away, because it has been a train wreck for 5 years of just a he said, she said, they said. It's like, oh my God, guys, stop, please. It's killing me. How do you feel about the Ripple network?
I think we all know how I feel about Ripple.
Fair enough. Well, if anybody wants to share your thoughts on it, make sure to put it in the chat, and we'll share it here, and we'll discuss it however we want here. But now there's been some other plays going down, because that's not just the only thing. In fact, Trump just signed an executive order where 401ks can now be invested into cryptocurrency, private equity, and real estate. Now, that's a huge move, at least here in the United States. I mean, for so long, everybody said, oh, crypto's just a scam. It's never going to amount to something. Now that they have an executive order saying, hey, yeah, you can use your 401k and invest in these more speculative plays, a little more risky, but with that risk often comes a lot of higher returns. And I know a lot of people I've talked to, they hate having their 401k locked in something that only gives 2 to 5% a year at best. And they're like, no, come on, man, I should be able to make bigger returns. Fine, give me my 401k and I'll invest it myself. Well, now this opens the doors to make those plays. But be safe out there, because I don't want you putting your whole retirement fund in XRP or anything really, because we don't know what tomorrow holds.
I mean, the best way to go about it is to have, I think there's a term for it, but you have like a bunch of different coins. So you don't go into one, you just like choose. So you'd be like, okay, I'm going to take my 401k and I'm going to invest it into crypto, but I need to choose like 10 different crypto and split it up between those. I think, what is that called? I know there's a term for it.
Diversification.
Yeah, so you just diversify into it. You diversify into a whole bunch of it. Maybe be like, okay, 10% in Bitcoin, 10% in ETH, 5%
and not just crypto.
Whatever.
Go to other assets as well, because the crypto market crashes and burns. You got to have a backup plan. So never put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, we talked about this a lot in Rags to Riches. And if you guys haven't watched any of the episodes, definitely go back and watch them. They're on the YouTube channel. And I got the whole season of Rags to Riches, where we covered all of this in excruciating detail. Explicit, I don't know. Pick a good word. A lot of detail. How's that? We did that.
Also, remember, if you do like going to assets that depreciate a lot, you pay a lot more capital gains taxes. Just saying.
Right.
Yeah. That kind of gets you.
Got to watch out for that. Definitely. But Trump's not only signed that executive order, but in fact, he just signed another one yesterday, that aims to punish banks for restricting services to customers based on their political or religious beliefs. Now, they call it debanking. And this is a huge thing where here in the United States, we have so many banks to interact with, but they can be very picky about who they want to interact with. They want to interact with you. But I know like Alpha, I know down there in South Africa and different places down in the southern part of the world, you guys don't have near as many banks and stuff. And I know there's a lot of challenges to deal with credit and things along those lines, isn't there?
Yeah, we have like 9 banks. So you really don't have that many options. And I think 2 of it is like very young, Time Bank, and this other one, they're very young. But like, yeah, you don't really have a lot of options here. So you kind of choose just one. You're like, okay, I guess everyone's going here, we'll choose that. So when I hear America, and I'm just like, whoa, you said how many bank names now? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, you got banks and credit unions and everything else. And personally, I switched over to Chime, probably 5 years ago. And man, I love them. They've been doing great. And they just had their public offering and all that stuff. So that's my personal one that I go to, especially when dealing with crypto and stuff. The downside is there's no branch. At the same time, that's kind of nice. There's no branch I have to pay for out of the exuberant fees. So, if I overdraft something or something like that, I don't get a charge. Just say, hey, you can't afford it. Not a problem. We're not going to charge you $35 to tell you don't have enough money. That always seemed asinine to me. Where with Chime, I don't have that. So, yeah.
What?
Dude, that's the way the bank system works.
What?
Yeah. If you don't have enough money, they will charge you a $35 service fee to tell you don't have enough money. So since you didn't have the money, we're going to withdraw more money out of your account to tell you don't have enough money to pay the bill to begin with.
Okay, wait a minute. That is stupid. What? I mean, I know.
Welcome to
they
American
charge you-
baking, man. That's the way it works.
We also have fees on that, but it'll be like $1, if not
Oh, no.
less. What do you
No, not here.
mean 35? That is insane.
Yep, 30, 35 bucks. That's an average, fail to process your check fees. I just blew up Alpha's mind. Sorry, Alpha.
Nah.
Walden says, my bank only charges is they go ahead and pay it. Okay, so they do cover it, but they charge you a fee. Well, that's nice.
Okay, so you have an overdraft, basically.
Right, right. I've had several accounts where they didn't. They just charge you for insufficient funds. Thank you. I knew that to begin with.
If it's like 10 cents, that's not a problem. You're like, okay, cool, I guess, thank you. But if you're telling me like $30, $35,
Right.
that is insane. Nah,
Oh, yeah.
these banks are ridiculous. Although
It
I did
is.
actually hear about this executive order earlier because of the whole game drama thing. I'm not sure if you caught up on that, but there was payment processors decided to tell Steam and itch.io, oh yeah, you're not allowed to list these games because we decided you're not allowed to list it. And then that just blew up completely. All the gamers around the world were like, yeah, no, that's BS. that's not going to fly, because it looked like they were about to start approaching to have like GTA and Battlefield, those kinds of games delisted also. They wanted to go after any game that has any sort of NSFW in it. So they were just trying to completely get that off from the internet through this feminist organization called Collective Shout. And everyone was just like, yeah, no, that's BS. That doesn't fly.
Right.
And so, President Trump now signing this executive order in was kind of like a statement to them, like, oh yeah, we know what you've been doing, and you better stop.
We see you. Better knock it off. It's it's interesting. That's one thing I've always been excited about is seeing gaming industry moving to more a Web3 environment where we can earn to play. If we get these skins, we buy them, they should have an intrinsic value. We paid money for them, right? They should be ours. We should have ownership of those skins, of those weapons, of the different things we've collected. I'm not saying maybe you get paid to play, but if you buy something, it should be yours. But the problem was with all these games over the years, I've bought in several skins, outfits, all kinds of upgrades. And as soon as they turn off the servers, boop, it's all gone. There's no ownership of it all. Yeah, toast.
Yeah.
We won't even talk about the amount of money I was spending in gaming. Let's not even go there. I would need professional counseling after that.
I think another ridiculous thing is like when they do very limited time skins, you either have to buy it in that time or you're never going to get it because you can't sell your account. Like that's it.
Right.
That's it. You just never get in it. Or they decide, oh no, you know that content you like had like 3 years ago, we kind of cutting that out now. So all those skins you bought that year, yeah, well, that's not our problem anymore.
Right. Exactly. And that's one reason why I like games like Off the Grid. I've been playing a lot of it and been an absolute blast. You collect the cubes, you get your skins, you get your weapons, your upgrades, and those are all things that you own. They're linked to your account. And there's a whole marketplace for those. So if you go in and you're really good and you come out with a great weapon, I mean, some of these things are selling for several $100s on the marketplace. Like, hey, that works. I played the game, I got the luck, I fought, I got it out, it's mine. I should have ownership of it. And I think that's the next evolution of gaming. So, I don't know, kind of goes with our topic tonight of a paradigm shift. Are we in one, or is this just evolution? Yeah, we'll get into that in just a few minutes here. But got a couple more things on the crypto world here. So, also, Helium. All you Helium fans out there, yes, I am one of those. Helium just had their halving on August 1st of 2025. Now that means that the token emissions, yearly token emissions of HNT has dropped from 15 million to 7.5 million tokens per year. So what we all hope for, of course, is that's going to create scarcity, and that's going to drive the price up. That's what we're hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for personally. I've been saving my HNT for the last couple months, hoping that collection will do a nice spike up, but we never know. It's one of those where I'm hoping it's going to do it. What do you think, Alpha? Are you dealing in Helium at all?
I am not. I am honestly not. I mean, I've kind of figured that because it's constantly being emitted, it's going to continuously have a bit of a downslope. But now that there's a halving, now it kind of does change the equation because yes, it's not the 14 million anymore, which is constantly like, that's going out. Now it's down, which is like it's off. So now we have to see, okay, maybe in my brain at least, I can see it maybe in 6 months does it really takes effect. Because to me, it doesn't seem it's not going to change immediately. I mean, there's still people that have those 14 million. The up to this point is already a ton that has been released. So now things are going to gradually change, but people are still going to sell out. People are going to be like, okay, now I can maybe sell off a little bit at a time. So now I still feel like the chart might not pump it. So it's still fine. It's still fine. Still fine time to DCA. Besides, I'm broke, I need to wait till I have money.
That's the great thing is, when I got my Helium mobile hotspots, I've been running those. They've been working great. In fact, that sale, they just had a 25% off. I hope some of you cashed in on that because personally, I think it's a great deal. I ended up buying car parts and motorcycle parts instead. So I've just got my 4 mobile hotspots running. And it's kind of nice to log in every day and see that I got anywhere from $3 to $6 per day. Not a bad little payday. I've already ROI'd. This is all just free money. And after seeing the halving, that could go up exponentially. I'm hoping. Here's praying to the crypto gods.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, it really does depend on if they can create the sort of demand that's required for that to work. I mean, it's like, obviously with 14 million, the demand had to be pretty high for the price to continuously go up. But now with that kind of hold, they need less demand. So they need half the kind of demand to keep the price pumping or to keep any sort of positive buy pressure. So, so it's all a matter of, can we see, do we foresee a sort of positive buy pressure now? Do we see a reason why people are going to be spending Helium tokens? That's really the question.
Or maybe it's not as much, right? Or maybe it's not as much as buy pressure, but more of utility. Because we just had our block party. I shared some of the pictures in Down Home Crypto Discord, and it was funny because Wild Angel set up a booth for Dreaming Dragon, and I was there for Down Home Crypto, and talked to a lot of the people, and really got out in the community. But right next to us was a Verizon cell phone booth, and Wild Angel goes over and starts talking to these people about it. It's like, hey, you guys know about Helium? They're like, no, what's Helium? And she starts giving him sales pitches of Helium's cell phone plan to the Verizon guys at this neighborhood block party. Every one of them took a business card, and everyone said, yeah, I definitely want to find out more. So, yeah, we got videos about it here. They're like, oh my God, what do you mean you don't pay for a cell phone bill? Yeah, happened for over a year. It's great. And yeah, that kind of blew their mind. So I don't know. I think the partnerships are great. The utilities that's coming out and it keeps evolving seems to be pretty good. But that actually brings me to my next topic, because some of you guys have been running into problems just like I have, is when you go to get your mapping done. Because as you guys know, every day you take your phone for, whoa, I did the wrong thingy. Don't do that.
Oh, no.
I clicked on the wrong screen first. Every time you take your phone out for a walk, it's supposed to map 40 hexes, and that's going to give you enough that if you do that in 30 days, it pays your cell phone bill. And if you do this, it does. The problem is the app is possessed. It has problems. If you just pick up your phone and go for a walk, it doesn't always map. So here's how I've gotten mine to work. So far, it's like a 99% success rate. I'm not going to guarantee it's going to work for you, but here's how you do it. You open your Helium app here. Click on the settings. Go into Refresh Wi-Fi Profile. Click on that, and then click on the Add Wi-Fi Profile. From there, it's just going to refresh your Wi-Fi profile, and then once that's done, click Return Setup. Takes about 30 seconds. But I've been doing this religiously every day for the last couple weeks, and it has worked beautifully. Now, Wild Angel, maybe not so good. I don't know. I haven't checked back with her to find out if it's been working on hers. But her and I disagree a lot on the our perception of tech. We'll go with that and leave it, because it's like an ongoing fight, and I'm too cute to die. So if you guys are having problems with the Helium Mobile, it's not mapping, give this a try. Before you go out, click Settings, Refresh Wi-Fi, Add Wi-Fi, and Return to Setup. And that's it. From there, you should be able to close the app, and it should map out just fine.
Well, that sounds like quite a pain.
See, that's funny, Alf, because me and Wild Angel got into this the other day about that, and I'm going to keep her backstage for a minute so I don't get hurt. She can yell at me in a minute. But, if you're picking up $1 off the street every day, you actually have to bend over and pick it up, right? You have to do a few actions. It takes a few seconds, okay? Then you got to pull out your wallet, put it in your wallet, put it away, put your wallet back. There's several steps to that process. Well, If your cell phone is going to drop you $1 every day, are you supposed to just automatically pull your wallet out and it's there? Or might you have to do a couple small little tasks to collect that dollar? Think about it.
I mean, technically, isn't the walk-in doing that already? Isn't the walk-in part of it already the equation where you're actually doing something? And you have to remember to carry the phone. I mean, we generally do that, but still.
And, it's one of those where, I agree, but it's one of those where, if I'm going to earn money every day that pays my cell phone bill, I don't mind doing a 30-second action to accommodate that once a day. See? I'm getting yelled at from backstage. And I know this is going to be a fight. So let's go ahead and bring Wild Angel up here, and she can yell at me now.
It's also if it works, because if it doesn't work,
and even when he does it does not always work.
Oh no.
I had done it. I had restarted my mapping and refreshed my Wi-Fi thing. He turns around, takes my phone, refreshes my Wi-Fi setting. I get back, it works. It works just fine.
It does.
I
wonder if you're overcomplicating it. Maybe you did too many steps beforehand.
I tried doing one or the other. It doesn't work. Most of the time, it does not work. So I have been paying a cell phone bill every month for the last 3 or 4 months because it will not keep mapping.
Tech likes me.
When
what
we
can I
signed
say?
up for this, we were told you just take your phone for a walk.
Right.
There was no jump up and down, spin around 3 times, stand on your head, and then it'll work.
You see what I do with you?
Am I right, Alpha?
I mean, to be fair,
it kind of feels like that.
You really going to put Alpha in the middle of our argument? Really?
Please, he's even in the middle because you put in between us.
See that?
I'm in the middle. I literally am in the middle, yeah.
You do realize you are trying to bring the person on your side who just fried his tower.
I know.
And is running off his laptop because he broke the tech, right?
I know.
You realize that.
But it's one of those
probably not the strongest supporter you need on your side there, girl.
When somebody says, this is what you're signing up for.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The expectation is that is what you need to do. Then when it just has degraded to the point that when I get up in the morning, I've got other things to do than before I run out there. I'm lucky to remember to grab my purse and my phone, let alone turn this shit off and turn it back on. And so it's one of those things. I've got other things to do, and it is very much a nuisance.
Agreed. It is a nuisance. It should not be that way.
Exactly. If a task is a nuisance and I have to do a nuisance task every day, it pisses me off. And it makes me angry. And so I just don't do it.
She does. Yeah. And eventually, and then she says it doesn't work for 2 weeks. Well, have you done it for 2 weeks? No, because it won't work. Okay. And our fights get vicious. And so, I'm a lot more understanding on tech. It's like, okay, I realize everything has glitches. Everything has problems. It shouldn't. I agree. It should work smooth as butter. But unfortunately, nothing tech ever works smooth as butter.
Originally,
it doesn't exist.
Originally, I had to do that like once a week. Once a week, okay, kind of a nuisance, but more of just a bother. And now it's just pissing me off. So I just don't, because I don't want to deal with it anymore.
And that's fair. And that's why I want to let you guys
tech support ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell me, I don't know. I have put in multiple support tickets, and they always tell me, send me all these pictures of things. And I do. Mm-hmm. And they tell me, well, I don't know. We have uninstalled. We have reinstalled. It just doesn't work.
And it's one of those, I would have to agree to disagree in both ways, because I agree we shouldn't have to do it. But at the same time, I've never owned a piece of tech that didn't have an attitude of some sort, or a car, or something. Everything has some little quirk. So for me personally, if it's a 30-second task to make $1 a day, I'm okay with that. Others might be very frustrated, like Wild Angel. Although I keep teasing her she hates tech, and she's getting more and more mad at me when I say that.
And I really don't. And you would have been proud of me. I signed up for Developer Academy.
Woohoo!
I'm going to learn how to code Python.
I can't remember Smedley's name, but Smedley says the Helium app is also a battery hog. I had to like really pronounce that out.
And you know, Smedley, I've been having that issue too as far as the battery. I closed my app. I don't know. My phone's been working great. So I don't know if that's just me. So yeah, this is a big debate in our house. Too. Yeah, because my last one ate itself after what, 3 years?
What?
Yeah, you have a brand new phone. I don't. That could be part of the issue.
Oh, so okay. So now we've decided to solve the problem. We're getting a phone upgrade. Wild Angel's going shopping. I can tell already.
No, you replace the battery. I'm okay with this one because I don't have to reset it up.
Okay, that works. And yes, Smedley, a lot of people have said they've had problems with this. That's why I wanted to share with you guys what I was doing to get mine to work. Now, yours may not. I really wish they would get this flawless. Personally, I expect a little bit of problems with the tech, but at the same time, I agree and understand the frustration. It shouldn't have to exist. Sadly, it does.
Gotten worse.
It's very likely a software issue on their side. I don't know. Maybe they've done some updates to the app. Yeah, now it just keeps causing issues. So
right.
Clearly they're getting testing now.
The app.
Yeah.
How about just update and fix it? Call it a day.
Right. One more just to fix it.
Yes.
But then there's going to be something similar.
They're likely adding new things because of their partners, and every time they do that, it causes a clash with things that's already existing. And because every circumstance is different, it's just like, oh, okay. Now the app's like, oh yeah, no, I kind of need to do this. Wait, but I need to do this, and then it hogs all. Then it takes all your battery life. Or then it's like, oh wait, I need to map, but like, how do I do that now again? Wait, I need to do something with the Wi-Fi, but I don't know what do I need to do with the Wi-Fi. I think the person first needs to reset it, then I can function. It's like, I don't know. They need to stop updating. Yeah.
But at the same time, we want to build partnerships. We want them to bring on AT&T. We want them to bring on all these other people. I would love to see AT&T and Verizon, all those, run through the Helium hotspots and let us get paid to offload those. At the same time, if we do that, there's going to be problems. Every time they add a partnership, an update, they're trying to say, look, ours will work with yours. So they're probably fine-tuning their software right now to work with those future partnerships, causing problems for us right now. So, yeah, Smith, I agree.
Yeah,
Control delete. Alt F4.
So
done.
Fun to talk up Helium to the Verizon guys.
That's so evil.
The younger
I can't believe
two
you did
guys that
But
I waited until there was no customers at their table.
Well, that works. Okay.
But I was talking to the younger two, and they're like, "You haven't paid a cell phone bill?" I said, "No."
Well, you have. I haven't.
Well, in general.
Okay.
But yeah, they're like, "How?" So I said, "Go on here and watch a video." So I sent them to the channel, and none of them knew anything about crypto. So I sent them to Zero to Hero.
Perfect. Best way to go. So we got a question here from Gazdra?
CBDR.
Yeah, GZ. Gotcha. Are you worried the 401k executive will stagnate? Growth, for instance, right. That's what I said. I said stagnate. Everybody's picking on me today. For instance, Bitcoin has a finite number, like 20 million. If millions of people walk in for a 20-year retirement, there will be the price movements come from. Yeah, that's great. Great question, GZ. And one thing Cyril has talked about several times is there's already a shortage of Bitcoin. A lot of these big players are trying to get more and more, and they don't have them. They have little pieces scattered around. There's no big clumps they can go out and buy. So, of course, that's going to make it a little more challenging, but that's also going to mean it removes the sell pressure, adds security. It's kind of what we want.
If people take over their own 401ks and do that investing, they can use, instead of locking that up for a 20-year retirement, they can use strategic investing, buy it with using their 401k, then pull their profits, and then take it to something else. It's same as strategic investing. You don't have to lock that up for 20 years.
Right. Now,
It's
a lot of
still
this is going to be done.
Basically use it as a bag, and it's your bag of holding, and
Right.
your 401k is the bag, and you just put these different things in. That's why you never, ever put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify, like we were saying earlier, between some crypto and some non-crypto stuff.
Stocks, bonds, whatever.
Stock, bonds, yeah.
ETFs.
Always
Diversify, definitely.
diversify. Always,
Absolutely.
always.
And
It's the safest way to go in today's financial market.
exactly. And a lot of this, you're going to have the big players that deal with your 401k. They're going to be the ones who are investing in these. And so for me personally, I think it's good and bad in a way, because it's going to make it where there's going to be definitely bigger holdings of these and more utility, essentially, is what these tokens are doing. They have an actual utility for long-term holds. But at the same time, it also makes these more centralized, because now these giant corporations like BlackRock, things like that, are holding more and more and more of it. Now we took our decentralized tokens and put them into a centralized universe. And so it's going to be interesting. I think the entire scenery of the crypto world is going to change. These legislations are just the beginning of this journey. And some are going to go good, some are going to go bad, some are going to have to be tweaked down the road. We don't really know. And that's kind of why the whole topic of tonight is, is this just an evolution, or are we going to do a major shift? So we're going to dive in that one sec, but I do have one more piece of crypto information to share with you guys. And that is, even though it's been quiet right now, and not a lot's going on, there's not a lot happening on Twitter and things like that, a few spaces here and there, but make no mistake, me personally, I am still working on my daily check-ins for my NodeGo, for my Tenyo, for my Grass network, for all of those, hoping for some nice paydays once this market really starts taking off. Now, as we're talking cell phones right now, something that's important to know is that Grass Network, who we were introduced to by BTK, if you're out there, thank you again, brother, because, man, the last airdrop was great, hoping for an even better one next time. But if you onboard the... Wow, I just lost all my brains. But Grass Network now has a cell phone app you can put on there, and it will actually give you a 3x multiplier on your points.
Oh,
so
cool.
Might be worth it.
So
Now, here's what
I can download the app on my phone.
No, not
and
your
earn
phone,
it?
because you don't have problem. You don't like your phone. I'm kidding. Yes, you can. But there's BTK. Look at that.
Wild
Asking,
Angel.
he shall appear. Yes,
Well-
BTK is the man who brought Grass Network to the forefront for all of us. But here's the trick. Instead of using your primary cell phone to do things like this, take an old cell phone out of the drawer. One of those crappy ones. Set it up on that. Plug it in somewhere, put it on Do Not Disturb, and just let it run. Now, the best of all, if you are running Helium Mobile, you can pick up the free Helium cell phone plan that has tiny bit of minutes, tiny bit of data. And I use this as an emergency cell phone. So if mine is out taking a walk with somebody needs to get a hold of me, I have a whole different number. They can call me anytime, sitting here in the office. And it's earning passive income, or points, hopefully, for passive income. So, if you haven't already heard about Grass, or you want to learn more about it, I'll put a link in the description here. I've done a couple videos on it, but I want to give a shout out to BTK, who is the one who brought it to the forefront. So, there you go, guys. So, yes, you can absolutely install the Grass app on your phone and get a 3x multiplier.
That is cool. That's very
Wild
cool.
Angel was doing this weird face. What's going on? What did I miss?
My chair did something weird, and I almost fell off.
Okay.
No.
How much have you had to drink tonight? Wow, we're starting early, I guess.
Only Dutch.
Only Dutch, okay. I love the fact that
didn't
BTK was hiding out there, man. Thanks for being here.
That
And
was
for
great.
anybody-
It was perfect.
It was. And I see we have several people out in the audience, and they're being quiet. Hey, that's cool. You are welcome to throw any questions, comments, whatever you got. And if you're just hanging with us, hey, thank you very much. You're having a blast. And in fact, I was almost thinking about giving away a little bit of crypto, because Agata did a great donation last week or the week before, and I'm going to start doing some giveaways utilizing that donation that Agata. Oh my God. This is going to be one of them days.
Agata was
The
such
do-
a sweetheart.
She was. Yeah. You guys get what I mean here? Yeah, we're going to start doing some giveaways.
Yes.
It could be random comments in the chat, something like that. So keep an eye out for it. It's not going to be huge. You're not going to make a bunch, but maybe like a $10 giveaway here, $10 giveaway there. Let's spread it out a little bit. Let's spread the love. Now, I have not seen Nexus show up yet. He's running a little bit late tonight.
I just remembered something. I saw yesterday a new blockchain payment card. A new card that you can use to pay for your like you can use your stable coins and pay for your stuff IRL. I think it was called Pay, literally Payy. Pay. So
I'm here to pay my bill.
And the fine thing is, okay, I mean, it's generally, most of these things are only usable in the US for the most part, but they claim that it will be accepted anywhere that Visa is accepted. So basically everywhere around the world that Visa is accepted. Although you kind of have to pay extra fees if you're not in the US, like, some international conversion fees. It's like, okay, right. I guess. But yeah, a new card, another card. I think that makes 15 cards. I think that makes 15. I think so far currently Gnosis Pay is the best. Gnosis card, safe. Gnosis safe. They made a card, a crypto card, so the one is currently the best.
That's fair.
But now we get another one. Oh, and MetaMask. And MetaMask card is also rolling out.
Yeah, and I've signed up for the wait list on that one. Currently, I'm rocking a Coinbase card, a PayPal card. Not PayPal, a crypto.com. And a PayPal. And waiting for MetaMask. And it's kind of nice to have these in reserve. And that way, no matter where I'm at, because I actually ran into this the other day where I had some funds in crypto.com. And to do the withdrawal, they go through an ACH transfer where Coinbase does not. But the crypto I wanted to sell was on my crypto.com account. And it's like, okay, I'm standing in the store. I was like, damn it. Okay, so something went through on my account and didn't have enough. It's like, okay, sat it on the table about 3 minutes. Boom. Done. Okay, sell 2 AVAX. Awesome. Here you go. Swipe my card, walked out the door, done. It's nice to have those reserves. And so, that's one thing a lot of people get confused about is when you put fiat into crypto, doesn't mean it's locked. Doesn't mean it's lost. You can absolutely swap it back and sometimes in a moment's notice for a quick recovery, whatever you need. If you got to pay a bill or a restaurant or whatever. But at the same time, it's kind of nice.
When we went to Vancouver.
Right.
Because I was $50 short on my credit card. It didn't have a full amount for the deposit on the car.
Yeah.
Or and so Serenity's just like, okay, here you go.
Here's my crypto card.
Damn.
Actually, what I did is I was able to sell crypto, put it to my bank account, and for my bank account transfer to hers in under 3 minutes. Like, okay, done.
That's fast. That is fast. Now I think these payment cards like Pay and the MetaMask one bypass your bank completely. So you kind of leave the funds in your, I suppose it's not in MetaMask, but it's kind of in MetaMask, and then you just like when you tap it, then it does a transaction, transfers it out, and boom, there you go. It's like
right. Okay, I'm really curious how that's going to work as far as exchange rates. Is it by the minute? Is it the daily average? I mean, there's a lot of questions. Before I dive into that to start promoting any of these, I definitely want to dive in and know, what are the fees? How does it work? What are the risks associated? There's a lot of it, but make no mistake, there are definitely changes coming to the entire financial system. And that's kind of what tonight's topic is all about. Is I want to throw this out to the audience. Do you guys think we're in a paradigm shift of finance, of technology, of science, of everything, or is this just the next step in evolution? What do you guys think?
Is that to everybody in the chat, or is that for us up here?
Everybody raise your hands. Whoop, there it is.
Oh. Well, it's been kind of cool because this week in SheFi, this week is what the SheFi is DeFi.
I like that. What the SheFi is DeFi?
Is DeFi. So we've been talking a lot about DeFi this week, and it's been kind of cool, and learned some about Midnight. The Midnight chain. It's a new chain, or it's a chain that people can build on, for privacy. So this would be like, hey, I want to go to the bar. In the US, you have to be over age 21. to go to a bar. Well, right now we have to give them our driver's license. That gives them all of our personal information, our address, everything. And for some people, that is scary. I grew up where we just give our information to everybody, before information privacy. But what if there was an app that you had and the bar owner had that you just scan a QR code and it says, yep, they're over 21. Or if you're going from one doctor to another doctor, like you have to go see a specialist, they want your medical records. Well, right now it's this big, huge process where you have to sign a release. Then they send it over and get the records. Then they process it all. Sometimes they'll accept the release, sometimes they won't. God forbid there's one letter wrong. And then your records don't get to the doctor or anything. Well, what if your medical records were stored? So all you have to do is let them scan a QR code. And that let that doctor access your medical records. Some women's health tracking that we like to do. We don't want to share that with public companies. Well, why can't we access that, privately and then share that with our doctor that way?
Right.
That reminded me of something. I know I've read somewhere, I know I've seen a project or something, also a chain or something that was doing something like that, where they were like, yeah, all your data will be stored securely, privately, no one will know what it is. They'll maybe just get like something that says, yeah, this is them and this is or when you want to share certain information, it'll say, okay, this is the person's age or whatever, their name and age, that's it. But there was a project I saw that said, okay, we can do that, and you can have the option to actually sell your information should you be willing to do that. Certain bits of information, like maybe people want to know about smokers, and they'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm willing to share my smoker status, or I'm willing to share my alcoholism status, stuff like that, be like, and then you get paid for that.
Alcoholism status? Really? Wow, that just went dark fast. I don't know, maybe it's just me.
so it's very.
How do you reach yourself? A drunk as hell. Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah, drunk as hell. Are you a weekly smoker? Are you a weekly, every weekend, every day? Okay. Once a month? Okay.
I don't remember what sober feels like. Yeah, that's about it. Okay.
And then you kind of get paid for that, because now they kind of batch sell that information, and then you get paid for that. I was like, okay, so a lot of people we've seen a lot more of the privacy-centric way of doing things, which is really cool. I think I've seen Midnight to be probably the third chain that I can think of that's doing something like that. And then I know I've seen kind of chains also doing that. I think, what's it, Million Network, privacy also centric, do a lot of the same things that Midnight is doing, but they just Million is a blockchain. Yes, they are a blockchain, and they also use something similar, where it's also kind of like you request the thing, they'd be like, okay, we're validating this. Okay, cool. Here's the information. That's it. You just get what you need, and that's all.
So, and Smith was saying, watch Future Forecasting Group to know where the world financial system is and where it is going. I'll definitely have to check that out. Yeah, I got to be honest. A lot of times, I talk to Sai. I talk to people in the community, because a lot of these people are a lot more connected than I am. And I'm not the kind to watch the financial system near as well as I should. I watch the crypto world, but they all play intertwined together. But now, Wild Angel, something that I don't know if you're aware of. Do you realize Midnight has an airdrop going right now that you might qualify for?
Something was, I've heard about it separately than SheFi. I think somebody might have mentioned it in one of the chats. Midnight and Glacier, but I wasn't sure it was the same thing, so I wasn't gonna say anything about it.
When you told me about Midnight, I did a little digging and I ran into this. Now, from my understanding, we only have to have like $100 worth of any crypto in a non-custodial wallet to qualify. I don't know the details. I have not dug into it. But I wanted to share this link, guys. I haven't dug any deeper than that. you guys might want to go check it out and find out. But I did get this straight off the midnight.network website, and it takes me straight here to Midnight Glacier Drop. So what it is, I don't know. How to interact with it, I don't know yet, but I will hopefully be digging into that this weekend and hopefully make a video about it if it turns out that it's legit or what it is. So hopefully you can say you heard it here first.
Something else I kind of stumbled on this week in Sheepeye, we actually have Lauren, who is like the builder kind of liaison type person. I can't remember what her exact title is. But she is also on the board or helps run adadevelopersacademy.org. I put the link in the private chat, Serenity.
Oh, there you go.
Or the web address. But it's multi-levels, but they start with, there's a program that is just to get your feet wet in Python. And it's free, it's self-paced, it has modules, you get a nice cute certificate when you're done. But it is designed to help you learn the development side. And they go all the way up through full stack development. Not for free, mind you, but I'm sure not for free. But they go all the way up through full stack development. I think I'm doing the boot camp.
Okay.
But I started it, and it starts with a lot of even learning how to search better on Google. Because they said, you know, you're in a hackathon, you're trying to make something work. These coders and developers are spending more time on Google than they are actually writing the code. Because Google will tell them how to write the code. Right. But how do you do that better to work better? Utilizing your tools. So the second module is actually about learning to search Google better.
Nice.
So, which who can't use better Google search?
True.
Google
we could definitely use a
nuts.
better word search tonight because all of us are having problems with that.
We are.
Although I'm really curious, especially with I find this comical in a dark, twisted way because Alpha, I've talked to you many, many times when you are absolutely ready to pull what that glorious locks out of your head dealing with code when things don't work because there's a period in the wrong spot or a comma. The dumbest thing on the planet, and it doesn't work. And I fought with Wild Angel about her cell phone, about how it's just click, 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 click. It doesn't work. So I'm just waiting to see Wild Angel in the coding world with a comma or a space or something in the wrong spot. She's going to lose her shit. That's it. Total meltdown right here.
I don't want those engineers in the Build-a-thon next year in Denver to chase me out of the room in tears again.
That's fair.
Because I am so intimidated by them and what they're doing. So I'm going to do this at my pace and take that edge off. So at least I understand when they say, you know, you need to do the
You understand
syntax
5%. You'll understand like 5%.
You know what? Like I tell everybody I train at work, if you retain 10% of what I tell you, at least enough to say, hey, I remember she said something about this. Let's go ask.
Right.
That's all I want. And hopefully, as I get more into the design side of things, it will help me be a better designer. Because then when a coder says, you need to do this, I'll understand more of what's right.
Right. Is that English? I ask that frequently. Yeah. Alpha says something, I'm like, dude, is that another language? What the hell did you just say?
So yes, I understand that I'm going to be swearing at the computer and I'm going to want to throw it out the window.
I got to fix that. Please don't.
That. You got to fix the window too.
Damn it. This is not a good, how do I get the short end of the stick on this deal? No, this is not okay.
You got the
real short I thought you'd be proud of me for at least stepping into that world.
Absolutely. It takes true guts to go into something, especially where you don't have a passion for tech like I do, like Alpha does, like many of you out there watching right now has a passion for tech. You know, even BTK and his ham radios, that's a form of tech, and he's got a passion for it. But you take somebody who doesn't have that passion, that drive, that must know kind of feeling, and put them in a coding world or developer world, like, man, that takes guts. It takes pure guts to get in there in that world and try to sift through all this mess.
Crap.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
No, it's not a crap. It's cool.
Brain melting
Right.
things.
Right.
Yeah. You want to know what's wrong with Alpha? Give it about 6 months of coding and you'll know exactly what's wrong with Alpha, because you'll have the same problem. My brain is leaking out my ear.
On my ears.
You will understand.
So yeah, I've got about 4 weeks left of Shifi. We're halfway through.
Oh.
And yeah, right. We talked about what did we talk about Thursday other than midnight? We talked a lot about DeFi and oh my god, I just went brain dead. But we did a very high overview of DeFi. We're gonna, over the next 2-3 weeks, get more in depth on certain topics that she covered in the overview. Like I said, my brain went dead. I need to review the lessons from this week because there is so much information.
Right.
I want to go back to week 1 and rewatch everything and add to my notes. And I kept getting phone calls this week because I have to watch it while I'm at work. And so I still have to work. And so I don't have that totally shut myself in a little room and pay attention. I don't have that option, unfortunately, because it's 7:30 in the morning.
But you did say it's you can go back and rewatch the stuff, so at least you have that.
They're all recorded, and we have lifetime access to Shifi.
So you'll get all the updated upcoming ones and stuff even after your thing's over. You'll still be able to go and watch all the videos.
We're the first ones to get AI.
Okay.
We're the
because
first
AI
cohorts to get AI.
Yeah.
So our
sense.
last week is AI.
Nice.
Ooh.
Me and AI are arguing, especially about code. So, yeah, Alpha, we may be talking more about that P node we set up for Zandium.
Oh, no.
There's an update, and yeah, we may be diving down that rabbit hole because I tried to move it. That's a whole nother story.
But between Shifi and Developers Academy, I'm learning all sorts of stuff.
Awesome. So that's where these chats and questions become more relevant.
Yeah.
So like GZ saying here, so he believes the next step in evolution. An article came out this week saying Microsoft and Rockstar will implement Face ID verification next year to play their games. See, that's pretty cool. Reminds me of crypto KYC, no big deal. I agree. But, you know, we just had, I've been playing Dune. As you guys know, we're all gamers, or many of us are gamers in Down Home Crypto, and almost every night we get in and we're in the game chat playing games. There was a huge ban on their family share, and they banned like, what is it, 100,000 people or something? It's a stupid number because they were using it to cheat. And that's the thing, is the game industry, there are so many cheaters. It's insane. And I think that's what's actually slowed down a lot of the evolution to take gaming to owning your assets. Because every time you turn around, there's a new way to cheat. And why people do it, I don't know. Kind of takes the fun out of it. I'd rather suck at it than cheat at it and be good. It's like, you know. But, you know, GZ, they also had a thing about this where many of the actors in Hollywood, there was a whole thing 6 months, a year ago, something like that, where they were doing 3D facial scans of the actors and stuff because they want to do AI-generated stuff. They're like, oh, it's just for special effects. But we need to do a full body scan, everything. And so these actors are now getting very terrified that the next evolution of movies and things like that will be all AI generated of that person. So you scan, you know, Tom Cruise or Nicole Kidman, whoever. Now you don't have to pay them the millions of dollars to do the thing. You have the imagery, you have AI do the voice, and they could get that pretty damn close, more or less. They're still working on
And
that.
you basically pay them royalties.
Yeah,
Right.
yes. So
There you go.
you pay them for their likeness, for using their likeness, basically. Kind of
Right.
like, oh, you made a song? Okay, we're going to use that song, but we'll pay you for using it.
Exactly. You don't have to show up. You don't have to record, remember any lines, and we'll give you 10%. Like, Yeah, but if I showed up and recorded it, I get 50%. Yeah, but we don't want to do that because that takes too long. We can do it in a computer in a month versus 3
And it
years on a
costs
set
too
somewhere.
much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I know. They recorded One Piece here where I live in Cape Town. The One Piece live action. Netflix recorded it here. So they had this massive boat, and to move the boat cost 500,000 at the time, and it just had to get moved upstairs and downstairs, upstairs and downstairs, and every time they'd move it would cost 500,000. Okay, so it's in ZAR, so I think it's about like, what's that going to be in USD? 50K. Every time it was moved, 50K. So you hemorrhaging money, and I think it would have to be moved at least twice a week, so 100K a week.
So that brings about the question: is that I agree that's absolutely outlandish, but the evolution to scanned people's audio, AI, and all this generated stuff, is that just the evolution of the movie, or is this like a whole new shift? Are we going to get away from the old time actors doing the lines, doing things like that? Is that kind of go by the wayside, or is this just the next step in the evolution? What do you guys see? Is this like a major break point, or kind of violates everything we've ever known about artistic creativity, things like that? What makes a rock star or art, the actor or anything like that special? Is that going to be lost?
I kind of see it as, I think the movies as we know it now would probably still be around, right? We'd still stick around. But we are going to have this evolution of where things are going to be AI generated, where you're going to use machines to be able to create most of it. I mean, the effects we see, all of what we see is already generated in essence. Like everything you see, there's not a real thing behind him most of the time. It's just a background. There's nothing actually around him. The cars aren't real. The bikes aren't real. Nothing is real for the most part.
It's all fake. We're living in the Matrix.
It's honestly an evolution, I'd say, because it just means you're taking that next step. But there is always that chance where it's going to detract from the artistic value in some ways, because people are going to get lazy. They're going to make things and just be like, that's it. But then there's also going to be a part where it's going to add on to that artistic value. I mean, animation's a huge thing in the world, and that's technically nothing is real there. Like, there's literally nothing real about it. Maybe just the voice actor and the people that wrote it. So we're going to see that kind of evolution with movies, in essence, where people are still going to have to do the writing. People are still going to have to think about, okay, how do we do this? How do we make this entertaining? The whole thesis then changes from, we need to take these videos to what is the best way to write this story. Storytelling is going to take a new evolution, I'd say.
Okay. So now we've already seen a lot of that, like we're talking the artists, things like that. One is, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s when, rock and roll music, that was everything. I mean, everybody wanted to be in a big hair band. I mean, that was the best. I want to be a rock star. It's like, oh my God. But now we're finding out that you don't even have to play an instrument to excel and create some amazing music. In fact, one person, Mr. Cyro Akiri, who isn't here right now, unfortunately, has been writing music for Sonic Siren Studio. Now, some of these, I couldn't even tell that they were not an actual person. Now, if you haven't checked out his music from Sonic Siren, he's actually the one who wrote the intro song, Serenity, and we'll lead out with that as well. And I felt special. He actually wrote a song just about the life of my story and stuff. So thank you, Sai, if you're watching this. He was going to join us, but he's got a big block party to get ready for. But, I think this would be a great time to bring up and get his opinion. Is this an evolution, or is this going to replace? Is it a major shift? I'm really kind of curious. And Smedley says, Ted Kaczynski looked more and more correct on a daily basis. Yeah, I see that.
I think we're definitely in a paradigm shift. I mean, the way people are thinking about things are shifting. So is it the next step in evolution? Yes. I think everything is evolving, and by leaps and bounds right now. Our technology is exponentially growing almost on a daily.
Right.
And
now, there's a big difference between evolution and a paradigm shift, though. And evolution is just kind of just the next step in the process, where paradigm shift kind of changes everything of the way, like the world of flat to round. I mean, it's a major event.
Thinking about technology is changing. So the evolution is leading to and instigating this paradigm shift. So they're not mutually exclusive.
Right.
And I think we're very much on that leading edge of that paradigm shift, because technology has gone so far in its evolution that we are now, I'm talking with a crochet hook.
Just gonna poke you.
we aren't, no, poor kitty. I got kitty right here.
Okay, don't poke kitty.
Joey's up here drinking my ice water.
Hi, Joey.
I won't let him drink my coffee. Hi, Coco.
And Coco's napping. All right, I don't have any animals. I got ducks. I got ducks. Near.
Oh, show the blue duck.
Keep going. You stop mid-sentence.
But we're on that leading edge of that paradigm shift, that people are changing the way they're actually thinking, the way they're behaving towards technology. And we're on that wave that's starting to come up. And I mean, we could totally crash with a giant EMP, and then we're all back in the Stone Ages. Oh, could you imagine?
No.
Just when we're getting good at technology, the EMP would hit and it would all be gone.
My fortune in Bitcoin is gone. Like, oh God.
Right?
Yeah, we're back to trading beads and stuff.
But if you have it in a cold wallet, then when technology gets back up, you've got it.
They'll have new stuff then.
Yeah.
You keep dreaming. See how that works. But you know, it's interesting. It's not just in music and entertainment or even government. We're seeing a shift in everything. Science. And this is, I was really hoping Sai would be here for this one, but that's okay. He's the master of this stuff. But you take quantum computing, you take things like that, and we're redefining everything we knew about physics. I mean, all this kind of stuff is changing. Our entire understanding of how the universe works is completely changing from what we thought for the last, 20,000 years or whatever it is, however long we've been around. Last paradigm shift when, wow, Joey, really? You know what? It's hard enough to talk, and then I got the kitty who's up here. Cheap entertainment. Welcome to our Joey, kitty.
He's sitting on my back.
I can tell. Now he just got comfy. Yeah. So Smith says, not just technology. When you were a kid, how many dogs do you remember could ride a skateboard? Girl77 said, did a podcast about 2 months ago that will shock mere mortals. Yeah, exactly, Smedley. Everything is changing. And it's everything from science to technology to government to human interaction. How we interact with people, what parts of our brain, how creative are we anymore? I mean, everything is changing. And, some people think, it's just a phase, like cryptocurrency or cell phones, internet, all that. It was just a phase. Well, no, now we live by it. So technically, could part of that have been the start of this shift? Are we still on the leading edge? Is there something major? Is it going to be, kind of like in Star Trek, where they say once you achieve warp, a civilization achieves warp power, then the aliens come say, okay, you're smart enough, we'll talk to you. Is that what we're leading up to? Something like that major shift to realize we're not alone. You got to start asking these kind of questions like, man, we are right in the middle of this stuff. And is it just evolution, or is it that major shift? If it's a shift, what will our children, what will their lives be like? And it kind of brings about this whole hodgepodge of mess going.
I mean, if you think about the technology advances so quickly, I mean, like 100 years ago, people weren't even driving electric. Well, okay, maybe they were driving electric cars, just not the way we see it now.
I saw the Flintstones there.
Flying through the sky on massive planes wasn't a. It's like it wasn't conceivable. So I would say, give it even 50 years, we can't conceive what we're going to have then. We can maybe make guesses. We can assume. We can be like, yeah, we'll have a perfect digital age. We'll have, instant travel across the world. We'll be able to move through the whole solar system, but we don't know what it's actually going to look like, because it's kind of like it reminds me of something. just like how technology is always evolving, us humans are also changing constantly. It reminds you of like when LLMs first kind of hit the streets, ChatGPT, people talking about, oh yeah, like how your brain is kind of now, what's the word, aligned with your thinking changed because of ChatGPT. That's kind of happening. Our thinking is constantly changing because of these tools. We're changing because we have AI as a thing now. We have all these things that are making our lives easier, that are making our thinking different, which is so cool. So it's kind of like we're in this catalytic stage. It started with mobile being a thing, and then everything just started to get smaller and smaller and smaller. We wanted smaller and smaller, and now we got to this point where it's like, can we make things smaller? Probably not anymore. Possibly yes, because we have microchips. I mean, those are tiny. Can we even conceive smaller than that without quantum technology? No, not really. So we need to hit this next stage of it, where we hit quantum technology. And when quantum comes in, then AGI is a real thing, because nothing can simulate intelligence quite like a quantum computer. A normal supercomputer will never be able to do that. But a quantum computer, yeah. I think a quantum computer can simulate reality. It's like...
Then you take uploaded intelligence, the human mind, and merge it with quantum computing, and you got a whole new level of crazy.
Mm-hmm. And what's that going to take? 5 years? 10 years? 2 years?
At this rate, who knows? Right.
Well, then,
and I really want to pause for a sec, because I want to cover GZ's question. Because this, to me personally, this is very, very important. So, would you be disappointed if Ozzy allowed himself to be scanned into an AI so he could tour in permanently? Yes, I would, very much so, because, I look at Ozzy as one of those figureheads of music. There's a few of them, Freddie Mercury, Ozzy Osbourne, Eric Clapton. There are people that you don't copy, you don't try to replace, you don't try to cover. You just can't. Anything you do is almost insulting to them, in my opinion. And in a way, I'm kind of a music snob, just in that I like the authenticity. But they had Freddie Mercury, and I forget what show it was or whatever, but they had like a halftime show or a concert show where they took his clips of him when he was playing in Brazil. Back when he was doing crowds of 250 to 500,000 people, they were averaging. And he was controlling the crowd. He goes, "Ayo," and he does that whole thing. Da, 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 da. And they tried to do a digital version of that, and it didn't have nearly the same effect. So, sadly, it's sad to see people like Ozzy pass, because he is such a master of music. But at the same time, to digitalize it and still put him on tour, no. I think that would absolutely degrade what he built and, who he was. So, me personally, no. I would never want to see a digitalized version of someone in place of the real thing. Sadly, I never got to see Freddie Mercury live. I would have loved to have, because he is... I won't say an idol, but he's one person that I say that nobody should ever try to copy. There's a few things you don't mess with. You don't mess with my Diet Coke. You don't mess with Eric Clapton. You don't mess with Freddie Mercury. Now you don't mess with Ozzy Osbourne. Leave the shit alone. They had it perfect. Don't fuck with it. That's my opinion.
And me, I would think it'd be cool for the concert experience.
But is it really the concert? It's not really them. So now, Wild Ninja, when we first got together, you didn't have a big love for music. Wasn't a major player in your field. It was background noise. Right. But now that we have gotten together, you've gone to Shinedown a couple times. You've got to see Godsmack, Pretty Reckless. A lot of these bands that I personally love. Can you tell the difference of the feel of a concert? When you go into a concert house and you're rocking out to them, is there an emotional feeling to it?
Sometimes. For me, sometimes. Ozzy is not one of my faves. Never has been. I appreciate music, but it's not one of my faves. And that's... Okay. Sorry, I've got cat hair on my face.
I thought you were drooling.
No, I have Joey fur.
Joey was attacking.
That could be why I wouldn't be disappointed, because he's not a favorite. Now, if they digitized Godsmack, we would have issues.
Oh yeah, fights. And that's why I look at it as,
and that could be the difference.
Right. And that's the thing. It would be the same thing if somebody wanted to digitize Godsmack and put them out there and, it's the same concert. We're going to charge you $200 a ticket to go sit and watch Godsmack. No, he's been dead for 5 years. It is not the same thing. The feel is not there. And I don't think digital anything could ever replace the real thing. It's kind of like that line out of Ready Player One. One thing, as terrifying as it is, one thing about the real world is it's the only place you can get a decent lunch because it's real. You understand? And that ending scene where he gives him the egg and it's God, I totally forgot his name. James Halliday. He's giving him the egg and he's talking about how he was terrified of reality, but it's what's really real. And that's why they closed the Oasis 2 days a week so people could reconnect. Because I think there is something to be said about a real life experience, flesh and blood, feeling the emotion, the sights, the smell, the sound, everything about it. I don't think a digital environment could ever fully replace that.
But what about if, Elvis was gone before we were around. What if we really, Ray and Kiss.
Right.
What if she was this big Kiss fan, loved the music and everything, but never got to experience that last concert that she got to see of Kiss? What if that was her only opportunity was a digitized version? Would you take that away from her? If she was that big of a fan. Hi, Sanchez.
Sanchez, how you doing, buddy?
But it would be one of those, Elvis. What if we wanted to go see Elvis? My dad was a huge Elvis fan.
Okay, so is Mom. I'm not.
Right, but what if our only opportunity, since they're dead and gone,
right,
was to see
they're
them
not dead, they just went home.
Right. What if they came back in digital form, in hologram? If that was your only opportunity, I have never seen Santana. I love Santana. If that was my only opportunity, hell yes, I would go see it digital.
Okay.
Would it feel the same? No, but the experience would still be there.
Right, and I would agree that part of it would be there. You got to ask yourself the way VR is going, things like that. Why can't you just watch a VR recording of the man, I just lost it.
Concert.
Thank you. Wow, my brain is hitting brick wall just after another, after another, after another. Would I do it? Absolutely. Would I go in paying the $200 a ticket or whatever it is to get in, or staying in the line for hours, or driving 3 states away to see concerts, which I've done. I have done that. No, I wouldn't. Not for digital experience. I wouldn't expect to have that level of emotional stir. Even if seeing Freddie Mercury, if I could see, if it's like, okay, well, you can do this and go see him in person, or would you watch digital? Yeah, if I had a choice, absolutely, for real. Would I watch digital? I don't know. I really don't know if I would, because I would be worried that it would lose a lot of what made them special. And I see the chat going through. I really want to read that, but I'm already having problems focusing. Sorry, guys. But I've seen the recordings of Freddie Mercury in Brazil and how he just controlled the crowd. Nobody has ever done that like him. And you see people all the time saying, man, that's what you want to do. You want to control that crowd. And nobody could match his skill set on that. I don't think you could capture that energy on a digital version. Would I still watch it? Absolutely. Would it be the same? No. Now, knowing those differences... Good.
We've watched that Queen documentary, and there was a lot of footage. I was like, okay, and... Watching that footage, it was like, okay, good music, but yeah. Is it any different than watching like a documentary where they show footage?
Right. So would a digital version...
Yeah.
Right. And that exactly what a digital version would be?
Pretty much.
So it wouldn't capture the energy. So would I watch it? Sure. What links would I go to it compared to an actual live concert? No.
Right.
And that means that these people who are just watching the digital version, they're never going to know that energy. They're never going to find that feeling or that story behind it, that emotion. And I think that's what music is. It's all about the emotion. So if it doesn't stir that, is it really doing justice to that artist?
Actually, we've kind of seen something similar to this. We've seen something similar to this with, that one gun game, the toy gun game, the one that looks like toys. The battle royale one, the one that blew up.
Chewy Cruise, I want to go.
Scroll up, Serenity.
Okay,
the one that blew up
and
in
it'll
20,
keep going.
2020. Fortnite. There we go in Fortnite. We've seen this kind of thing in Fortnite, where they've done digital concerts, and it really, I mean, it's cool. It was cool, but it doesn't have the same energy as if you were there actually and the person was doing the concert.
Right.
It doesn't have that same energy. It doesn't have that same kind of momentum because you know the person's there and they're reacting to you as things are happening. You're reacting to them, they're reacting to you. It's a two-way thing where it's like they're not just coming here and doing they're kind of doing a pre-recorded thing, with all the songs. They're doing the same song. But it's what they do in between that, how they go about it. Maybe those pauses in between the song where they're like, okay, they know everyone knows this specific part, so they're going to stop and let the crowd sing, and then they're going to continue. Like those sorts of things, you don't get it in the digital version. Maybe the AI could simulate those things, but would it really be the same is the real question.
And I get that. I'm just saying for artists that are already gone from this plane of existence. They have shifted their corporeal status, and they are not here.
They just went home. It's okay.
It's a way to still get that. Right.
And I would agree. But if the entertainment industry went to a digital format full time, essentially, I mean, so much of what makes art would be gone. And so I think there's an argument on both sides, and I think we're definitely at a shift, but I don't think we'll ever totally lose that. So I don't see the entertainment industry as far as musicians, actors, things like that totally going away. I don't think there's going to be a paradigm shift there. I think there's going to be an evolution in that. As we've seen in, God, what did we watch the other day? Like The Last Starfighter or something back from the 80s. And we're making fun of the special effects. Like, oh my God, I remember when this came out, it was so cool. Now it's like, this is so lame. Oh, this is horrible.
It was bad.
What's that like? What? 10 years ago? 10, 20 years ago? It's like, damn, things have changed.
Things have changed immensely. Just in my lifetime. It's kind of crazy. But we're seeing this shift and this change. And so we kind of have to pick and choose. Are certain things doing a paradigm shift and others are just doing an evolution? Or does it all have to be a paradigm shift? Or what do you guys think? Does it have to be everything? Or can it be certain areas?
And it's going to happen at different rates of speed for different areas. It's going to happen. But it's not. Doesn't have to be an all or nothing. Kids when they're growing up, they get their development jumps in one area, and other areas will lag behind, and then it's like they leapfrog on these different areas. I think if you look at human evolution, we're the same way. Certain things will take a leap forward while other things kind of lag behind. And then that will leap forward past or up to at least where the other thing is. And so it just kind of plays leapfrog. But Sanchez, sense. I got to say, forgetting about things sometimes is definitely a bonus. I do it all the time. I put things into my wallets and just hold on to them. And then crazy things happen and there's money there. And I think it's cool you're buying a house and going on a cruise.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
So.
Man, that is epic. Did you 10x overjoying BTC the beginning of the year on a bonus? I got to work and completely forgot about it. Need to say, we are buying a house. That is freaking amazing, man. I love it. Congratulations, Sanchez. Man, I love celebrating other people's victories. I personally am not that ballsy. I've tried my trades. My trades do not go well. Even with Cy trying to coach me, he's like, here's how you do it. It's real easy. It's like, I get too emotional, and I know that about me. And like, you left it there. Since then, man, that's amazing. I could have never done that. So congratulations, brother. That is awesome.
I mean, I'm assuming you probably thought at some point. Wait, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to give Cy money and have him do trades for me.
Yeah, and
I don't have the patience to keep track of it all.
I don't, and it's tempting, but at the same time, that's one of the rules of solvency we talked about in Freaky Friday, or Rags to Riches, I'm sorry, is you don't deal with money. You don't loan money, you don't deal with that, because that's where friendships fall apart. So you keep that separate. You offer knowledge, you offer training, experience, educate, grow, things like that. You don't offer money. And so as much as I would love to, and I love Side Airways, like, I know you're tell me to take flying lead. He's like, no, sorry, you want to do it yourself. I'll help you. I'll teach you. I'll guide you. But it's like anything else. You know, if you want to, that old saying, what is it? Give a man a fish he eats for a day, teach him how to fish he eats for a lifetime. Same kind of thing. But that requires work and commitment on our part to learn these. But it's tempting. I agree. Absolutely, Sanchez, man. I think that's freaking awesome, man. More power to you, brother.
I can
It's
also
nice
only
to hear
imagine.
of somebody having good luck.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
You probably also thought that stuff with, man, that money's gone. And now you come back, you're like, holy it's not gone. In fact, it's pumped.
Right. It's all gone. Bye-bye. And you know, it's one of those, I hold on to things. I think they're going to do great. They're going to come back. And then they don't. And I think that's where experience really comes into play. The longer you're in the crypto space, the more time you spend here, the more comfortable you feel on different things, like which blue chips to buy, or, you know, when should you just DCA? Why is DCA a better play than it is to just, hey, this is on the news, let me go buy it? Because what's it do? It goes straight back down. You know, buy the rumor, sell the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy the rumor, sell the news. Yes.
Exactly. And I've been trying to find, if you guys wonder what I'm doing, I'm trying to find my wheel picker.
We love names.
Thank you. Anybody got a link to that? Because I am having a hell of a time finding it tonight. I'm just a mess.
I will send it.
Thank you, Alpha. See if you can find that for me.
Just do the worms. Just do the squishy worms. The bugs.
I don't even remember where the worms were. I wish I did.
What?
Serenity, you're fired.
It wasn't my mind. I know. I thought it was ready. I'm not. Hey, what's this? Okay. I couldn't find my video source folder, which has all my stuff in it, so I'm hoping it's in here somewhere. Anyway. Alpha's looking for it right now.
It's
I definitely want to do a giveaway.
Private
Is it in
chat,
private chat?
honey.
Okay. Look in the private chat. Is that what? There we go. Okay. But I have to type the names in. There was a way we could do it with the actual thing.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me.
Did we do a
You
thing?
remember?
And I missed
Yeah.
it.
Can we do a thing? Oh my god. Oh, this is great. We are so dysfunctional. I love it.
I didn't see a hashtag something, so we didn't do a thing.
Right, that's what I'm looking for.
That's
You know what I'm talking? Alpha's
Yeah.
okay. Alpha's finding it. Yes, we'll names if I have a list of names. But anyway, so was it where Sanchez brought it up, or was Sanchez or Smedley asking about buying the dips? So really kind of curious. Right now we're seeing the financial shift. We're seeing all the shifts. So what are you shifting in your life to take advantage of this? Are you buying the dip of Ethereum? Are you stockpiling another token? Is there something you think that we should be paying attention to? If so, let me know in the chat. I'd love to hear how you guys are shifting your life to make sure there's a better tomorrow ahead.
I'm learning the tech.
There you go. That's a huge one. Understanding the
Yep.
game.
Right. With getting into SheFi and then Developer Academy, I'm learning the tech so that I can actively participate in the future rather than sit by and it happens to me. Oh, I'm going to cause shit to happen.
Wow, that almost sounds threatening. I love it.
Look out, world! Look out, crypto and Web3 space! Here I come. For better or worse, it's happening.
For gooder or worse. See, my English apparently is contagious. Wow, what is in their cups? What did you spike our drinks with? I'm getting kind of curious now.
Mine
And
was
Alpha
pure
lost.
caffeine.
That'll do it.
Just double thinking.
Do I need to come look at your computer, Serenity?
It would take me 20 minutes to find it because my brain is not on focus. Otherwise, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's this. Senility is great.
This one.
So.
Because I found.
So it says, I always loan money to people I don't like. I try not to. I try not to loan money at all if I can avoid it, but I'm always willing to help work deals out. So, for instance, went on a motorcycle ride. My son laid down my bike he's buying from me and sadly broke the clutch handle. That was all the damage, thank God. But it's one of those, I'm like, okay, you borrowed it, you broke it, you got to fix it. It's like, Dad, I don't have any money for a couple weeks. Like, okay, I'm going to buy the clutch handle and you're going to pay me back. And so I'm kind of that guy who steps in to try to help things. expecting them to set it right down the road. And so it's a fine line. Some people would say that's a bad way to go. Others say it's not doing enough. It's like, I got to find a balance. So I think it's important everybody finds their own balance, what they're comfortable with. Because we don't want to be a rescuer. We want to educate, want to support, and we want to make sure that that person can do it on their own. Sometimes they need just a little bit of bump to get going. And that's where I'm happy to help.
See, and I won't loan money because I have been burnt and I've never gotten it back. So I have, like one of the kids says, hey, I need gas money. I will give them $20 and say, hey, if you ever get in a position, you're welcome to kick it back. But I don't let money go with an expectation I'm going to get it back anymore. It just leads to frustration and leads to bad blood. And so, yeah. So I just don't. And I rarely will give money either. There better be an awfully damn good excuse. The grandkids are always a good excuse.
See, I tried that. Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm the mean granddad's like, no, you want something? Go work for it. What's wrong with you? Okay, you can have my toy.
No, but it's like, 3 days to payday and they're down to 3 diapers. It's like, okay.
Hey guys, I found it.
You did.
Okay.
Good job.
I did. It's in StreamYard.
Wow.
So we're going to do, to help everybody on their journey, type in the chat, #shift, just like you see on your screen. And we're going to draw $10 in USDC on the Avalanche blockchain. So if you have a MetaMask wallet, I'll just send over there. It should go right to your MetaMask. No worries. Or to your Avalanche blockchain. That's what I've got in it. So that's what we're going to be sending out. And hopefully it'll just help out. And if you happen to be over in Cyril's neck of the woods, take some of that money and go buy some lemonade. Because I know that they are going to be donating. There it is. Lucky Lily's lemonade stand is going to be donating all the proceeds to Project Duck Depression. So we're definitely going to do some support there.
That is very cool.
Oh, show the new duck.
Show the new ducks. Okay. So our new ducks is on Jumbotron. So let's see. We had the ducks and cars last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So the new ducks are like little inner tube ducks.
They're little floaty.
Whoa, cool.
They're little floaty ducks.
They're floaty ducks. Floaty floaters. Do they actually float?
I
I don't
doubt
know. I
it.
haven't tried.
You should try. See if they sink or float.
Oh God, now he has to try.
I sunk.
Nope.
He went straight
Oh,
to
he's
the
at the
bottom.
He went straight to the bottom. I hope the duck can hold his breath because, yeah, he's a submarine duck now.
He went straight
Yes.
Now
to
we
the
know
bottom.
they don't float.
Right. We do know they don't
Yeah.
float. But yes, to help you guys, because everybody is fighting some form of depression or some battle. So we're going to give away $10 to you guys. And all you have to do is type in the chat, #shift. But if you want to help spread positivity around the world, get yourself some ducks, whatever they are, whether they're little plastic guys from Amazon or whatever. Leave these randomly around where you go, because I guarantee the person who needs that little bit of smile for that day, they're going to find them. And that's what Project Duck Depression is all about. Now, if you want to help support fighting depression one duck at a time, definitely head over to Facebook. I'll put the link in the chat here. And just say hello in Project Duck Depression and find out the different ways in which you can participate. Like I said today, if you go buy some lemonade at Lucky Lily's lemonade stand, $1 of the proceeds will go directly to help fight depression.
That's cool.
That is very cool.
That is.
it's cool
I
they're
think that's
pulling
great.
Lily into this.
Yeah.
Mm.
And if you don't know, Lily is Cyril's daughter. And I'll leave it at that. I'll let him explain more. Hopefully next week he'll join us and let us know how that goes.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
so
next
far,
week you
I've
can
only
give us an update.
yeah. So far, guys, I see we got 10 people watching for a giveaway. But I only have 2 people signed up. And one is Wild Angel, so she's disqualified. So don't worry about that. I'm kicking her out of here. So
Wait.
type in the chat, #shift. I'll give you a few minutes to do that. So
Can't disqualify me.
no, I can't. You're not disqualified. No, you're not disqualified. You qualify. You're outside of our physical house. So if I send a Wild Angel, I might as well just walk in the other room and hand to her. Here you go.
Yes.
Kind of defeats the purpose, don't it? trying to help you guys out there.
Get one of those crypto cards, put it on there, and then just hand it over to her. There you go.
Exactly. Yes. Shift. Come on. Sign up. Just click. Type in Shift. It's really easy, guys.
Hashtag Shift.
Yeah, what she said.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna hurt myself before this day's out.
Okay,
there you go,
One more
Christopher.
person.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christopher, and welcome. Good to have you with us, buddy. Glad you're hanging out with us. So yeah, it's just a way where I can give back, and this is all thanks to Agata, who donated the money 2 weeks ago to Down Home Crypto. So of course, as I always say, we're gonna spread the wealth to you guys.
Try that again, Sanchez.
Come on, Sanchez. Come on, you can do hashtag Shift, just like it says on the screen right here, buddy. You can do it. I have faith.
Almost one more time, Sanchez.
Believe in you.
So close. One more letter, man. You're almost there.
Actually, 2 more letters, but
You'll donate 1K, dude. Absolutely. You donate, I will be happy to spread it around, brother. We're all feeling the shift over here. Absolutely, Chris. I feel you, man. Everything is shifting. My mental state is shifting, obviously, to a more crazy state, which is not healthy for me. That's, yeah.
Yeah, that could be scary.
Alpha, I still think you're in an interrogation room, man. I'm just waiting for some big burly guy to come on. Where were you? It wasn't me, man.
I will say I know nothing.
I know nothing. Nothing.
I know nothing. I do not know who you are. I do not
You know, he
know
would make a
where
great,
I am.
was that Corporal Clink?
Yeah.
Hogan's Heroes? I know nothing.
Nothing. Nothing one night.
Okay, so
Nothing at all.
Looks
we got
like
5
we've
entries,
got-
guys.
There you
Come
go.
on. Just another
We're getting
2
there.
would be nice. Two more. Come on.
There
come
you
on.
go, Sanchez.
All right, Sanchez got it. Woohoo! See? I knew you could do it. I knew it. I had faith. Gotta have
Words are
faith.
hard today. Words are hard.
All right,
Typing is
challenging.
hard up, Adam.
So, okay, I'm going to throw this out before we do the giveaway here, guys. What is the biggest shift you think that's affecting our world, our lives, whatever, to society right now that's going to have the most dramatic effect in the next decade?
I want to say the way we're handling immigration.
Oh. Okay.
It's insane. ICE is rounding up in sanctuary cities. ICE is rounding up illegals or parts of families that weren't born here, but leaving parts that were born here alone. You know, they're taking parents away from kids.
Right.
It's crazy. I think that this isolationist behavior is going to cause us problems over the next 10 years.
Mhm.
I think it already is.
I mean, it is already. And I mean, some people are okay with what's going on, others aren't. And trying to reconcile that as a nation is, Joey, get your claws out of my foot.
Joey's the cat, by the way. It's not me.
Joey is under the desk with his claws going in my foot.
You know how weird that sounds, right? If they don't know that's a cat, that just sounded
I
really
know.
weird.
Cats are special creatures.
Oh, yeah.
Really special creatures.
They
But I
are.
think that's going to be the biggest thing in the next 10 years.
Okay. And such as good. Be legal the right way. Every other country has pride for their people, but America. Yeah. I feel you, Sanchez. I mean, we could get into a whole discussion just on that. And yeah, in a lot of ways, I am absolutely ashamed of our nation on how we're dealing with so many things. For me personally, I think the biggest shift we're going to see is the technology, the computer systems. What and how we interact with technology, I think, is our hugest shift right now. And things that we never even dreamed of are going to be possible in 10 years from now. Now, whether that's you're going with altered carbon, where you've got a stack that has your identity and your backbone, and you can move it from skin to skin or body to body, or if we're going to have upload intelligence, I think we are actually at that huge shift of evolving from these, water suits into a digital identity. Not just on cards or NFTs, but I'm talking our actual identity, whether it's uploaded intelligence. And I think that's what I foresee as the next major event.
That like altered carbon?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Or
Altered
Pantheon.
Carbon's a tail show. It's a TV show.
Tail show?
For those that
Wow. We're going to give up on English here in a few minutes. We're going to stop the pain so you guys don't have to listen. Just go, baby. Thanks for coming, my job. Yeah. And Jeezy says, self-driving cars. Imagine, I still have my 9-to-5 job. I drive to work, park them, but my car drives off to do taxi runs for supplemental income. Ooh, I like that, Jeezy. I just found that's a great passive income thing. Okay, we got to make a DeFi project for this. My car is going out to make me some money.
Yes. Self-drive.
Yeah, kind of like a whole new concept of putting you out on the street corner to make a few bucks.
And Smedley was saying grand solar minimum and the current accelerating polar shift. In the past, neither end well for humans.
Good point. Yeah. Yeah, the weather. I mean, everything about our planet is going nuts right now. And yeah, that's insane. And I forget what it's called where the polar thing is just, instead of being a nice circle where it's supposed to be, it's kind of doing this whole dip down and you got hots and cold. It's jacking things up. I know Sai shared some scientific documentation on that, why it's doing it, what it is. And I scanned through it. Most of them went kind of over my head, but at the same time, it's like, this is bad. This like extinction level event stuff. This is not good. How about you, Alpha? What do you think?
I think the largest change is probably going to come in governance. And rather the monetary system that we used to, I guess is the best way. That ties into with crypto as one, but also like capitalism is busy failing. And I think that's very obvious. Capitalism is failing. That's not to say that, the opposite of it, communism is the way to go, but we can definitely see that capitalism is at this point where things are not looking good. So I think one of the biggest changes is going to be around how the world is governed. Majority of places are republic and use a democratic way of going about things, but that's also that's the cracks are showing there. Capitalism cracks are showing. So
they're not cracks, man. They're chasms. It's like the Grand Canyon here. It's jacked up. Why? Because you're right. The money is all at the top, and the people have the money. They just keep collecting it. So the people down below, it's supposed to be a filter down effect. It doesn't work. We found that out time and time again, and it's just getting worse. The poor are getting poorer, and the rich are getting richer, and yeah, that barrier between is becoming pretty much impassable now.
Absolutely, Smedley. Yeah, start writing messages on cave walls.
Exactly, yeah.
or as some of the hardware wallets do, titanium plates, because titanium also doesn't rust that easily.
That works. I don't know. I think I'd just rather carve in a wall or build a Stonehenge in the front yard or something. People are like, what are you doing? I'm talking to my next generation of children because I won't be here. We're all going to be dead. So yeah, whatever species takes over the world in the next cycle, hopefully they'll learn. Like, don't be idiots like us. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I feel like they're still going to do it.
Absolutely. They are. But we're going to do something fun here because just say thank you for joining us and to say thank you, Agata, again for your donation. We're going to spread that donation out to all of you. So, real quick, you got like 10 seconds left. Type in the chat, #shift, SHIFT. Because this is the shift. We'll do the drawing here in a few. Okay, everybody got your names in? Are we ready? Do, 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 do. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw. Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. Come on, who's getting the money?
Drum roll.
Winner is...
Do we have a drum roll sound?
Smedley!
Smedley!
Congratulations, Smedley.
Congratulations.
All right, Smedley, so here's what you got to do. Take a screenshot to prove that you're actually watching this. Shoot me a DM in Discord on Down Home Crypto. Whoops. With that screenshot verifying this is you that's DMing me. That way I can verify whoever sent me a DM is really, really you. In that, once I verify that, then shoot me your MetaMask or any wallet address that accepts Avalanche on the AVAX C chain. Rigged. I know, it's terrible. Hey, at least Wild Angel didn't win. It could have been so much worse.
Then I just say draw it again.
Right, exactly. We'll spin it again. So yeah, shoot me a DM. And guys, if you're not part of Down Home Crypto Discord, you guys are missing out. So let me throw this in the chat here. And this is not the right... I gotta fix this. I gotta fix my notes. There we go. There you go. If you're not already part of Down Home Crypto, definitely jump in. We talk about pretty much everything there. Whether you're into gaming, investing, trading, you name it, we've got it. Yeah. Crocheting, take your pick. Whatever you got, guarantee we got somebody in there who also has similar interests. And we always celebrate everybody's victories. So, Smedley, my man, I want to say congratulations to you, brother. And you've done well. Proud of you. And DM me, and I will get that sent over. So, although it has been a great time, sadly, our time is up. So, what would you guys like to leave us with in closing? Wild Angel, I'll let you take it away.
Oh, no.
You know, I challenge
Alpha
everybody,
Hases.
try something new. Step out of your comfort zone. Prepare yourself for what's coming. Step into that.
She wasn't prepared for what was coming.
No, listen.
No.
You know, learn something that's going to get you more actively involved with what's coming down the pipe. Yeah. Check out AdaDevelopersAcademy.org. If you're female or non-binary, absolutely check out SheepEye. It's all worth it.
Absolutely. Okay. So, Alpha, I know you've been saving up all night to share your words of wisdom. So, brother, lay it on us. What do you got?
Unfortunately, I don't have anything that's perfect for the stream, but I would say give gratitude, show gratitude. We tend to forget to do that. A lot of the times we all do. I know I'm guilty of that because I tend to just, once something happens, it kind of leaves my brain, it's just like it's there, it's gone. But we have to learn how to go back and be like, thank you, whatever you did this day, it helped me. Maybe the person doesn't even know that they did something, but we have to give gratitude because that's also a form of showing people that we care, that we are there, I guess.
Well said. I like that. And, that's one thing we take we take for granted a lot. When somebody holds the door open or whatever, we just kind of expect it, When a car stops, we're walking across the parking lot. We expect people to stop for us. We don't say, hey, thanks, appreciate it. Wave, a nod, acknowledge their gift they gave us, because they did. It means I don't go to the hospital with broken legs because they didn't hit me. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is very important. And for my wisdom leaving tonight, guys, I want to say, remember the one asset you can never buy more of, and the most valuable asset on the planet is time. So where you spend your time, how you spend your time, and who you spend it with says everything about you. So ask yourself, is that extra hour of overtime really necessary if it means you're not spending time with your children or your wife or your husband? Is watching that TV show really the most valuable use of your time, or is it helping your child with their homework or calling a friend, letting them know, hey, you're not alone. I'm there with you. You need something? Reach out to me. Just like I had a chat with a friend today that, just reach out. It's like, hey, haven't heard from you for a while. How you doing, buddy? Let's chat. Believe it or not, that can have a dramatic effect on people's lives, because when you spend time, they realize you're spending the most valuable asset on the planet for them. And that, to me, Alpha, is how I show appreciation. I make time for you.
I think my appreciation is remembering people exist.
Yeah, those are those annoying creatures around you. They're called people, man. They're there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I know they're there. Sometimes I forget that they live. That they actually exist. It's like, it's 50-50.
There's something wrong with you. I don't know what it's called, but there's definitely something wrong with you. So I want to say, everybody, thank you for spending your time with us. It does mean the world to us, and we appreciate it. And we're going to make sure we're here every Friday just to let you know that whatever's going on in your life, we want to celebrate your victories. We want to be there for your losses, support you in the hard times, and lift you up when we can. Either way, we're going to keep doing it because we love being here. So love you. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. We'll catch you next Friday. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
I've walked through the fire, chased every shadow.